a simulation of Star Wars. Before we begin, I want to thank Rubicon, Stanley, Joe and others for contributing to my website. You've earned it. As always, upload your stories now and stand a chance to win $50 through PayPal or Alipay if you fit the descriptions below. At last, the toughest battle was over and the evil Emperor Palpatine was finally dead. The Resistance celebrated their victory. But the celebration was short, as the Resistance had to take care of the remnants of the First Order. So after the celebration, Rey and Finn decided to join the Resistance army as they headed towards the next battlefield. Poe, however, decided to stay behind. Poe was actually pondering upon various unanswered questions. How on earth did Palpatine manage to survive after falling into the core of the exploding Death Star 30 years ago? Where did he get all those Star Destroyers, each with a firepower equivalent to a Death Star super laser? How did Palpatine's power level become so absurd that he could take on the Resistance as a one-man army? And why did Palpatine explode like that after receiving a mere stroke of Rey's lightsaber? Suddenly, a mysterious space station appeared in front of him. It was a bigger version of Death Star with two large hemispheric structures attached to it. There were more Star Destroyers flying around it. Poe tried to inform the Resistance, but the communications were jammed, and the mysterious space station appeared to notice his presence and used the gravity tethers to pull his spacecraft towards the gateway. Inside the space station, Poe was greeted by 6 hooded figures. To his horror, they looked exactly like Emperor Palpatine. After passing through various corridors, Poe entered a room which appeared like a big CEO's office. In front of him was a grand desk and a large swerve chair with its back facing him. The room was filled with countless numbers of computer screens. The big chair then turned and there sat a midget who appeared like he had 2 huge bumps on his head. "Let me introduce myself. My name is Mickey. Welcome to the CPU," said the midget. The midget then snapped his fingers and the clones of Palpatine disappeared into thin air. Poe said, "Are you the mastermind behind all these atrocities?" "It's all part of the simulation," said Mickey. "Simulation? You are the one who brought doom to the universe with your Star Destroyers." "Star Destroyers?" Mickey gave Poe the smirk. "Those triangular objects are actually cursors. Let me show you." Mickey picked up the particular device. "This is my mouse," explained Mickey. He then showed Poe the computer screen that displayed the entire image of the galaxy. As Mickey moved his mouse, a tiny Star Destroyer appeared on screen and it moved according to the will of the mouse. When Mickey moved the Star Destroyer at a particular star, he clicked, and the entire system went pitch black. "Oh, why are you doing this?" said Poe, unable to recover his shock at witnessing the death of a solar system. Mickey said, "Well, the RAM was overloaded, you see. I need to clean up some space for new projects. You do realize that you are in a simulation, a system created for the sole purpose of entertaining a wider audience." "Entertaining? You mean you wiped out planets and killed people for fun?" cried Poe. "Wow," said Mickey. "I didn't know you had a sense of humor. Look, I'm not as evil as you think. I'm actually a nice guy. I did try to employ people who were born into the simulation as my agents. Luke Skywalker happened to be my first choice. I had deep respect for that guy. But when I told him that the universe he lived in was all but a simulation, Luke withdrawn himself to an isolated planet and indulged himself in green alcohol. And if Luke hadn't dropped his Wayfinder, a communication device that linked to the CPU, you guys wouldn't even be here. The Palpatine you saw was actually my avatar for driving you people away from the CPU. And you really did a great deal of damage," said Poe. "But wait, I don't believe you. It can't be true. If you said that this universe is a hoax and Palpatine was merely your avatar, how was it that Rey managed to defeat you?" "Rey is a bug in the system," said Mickey angrily. "Luke in his drunken state unintentionally transferred his powers, the powers I bestowed upon him, to that girl and showed her the way to use them." "You mean to say that her powers were not from the Force?" asked Poe. "The Force? Of course not. Teleportation, reviving people from the dead, those were actually powers of the Chosen One. In other words, my agent." "Even so," said Poe, "you have no right to destroy this universe, even if you are a god. What you did is unforgivable." "You think so?" said Mickey. "I wish I could expand the universe, but the administrators were cutting production costs. You see, I am having great difficulty in retaining my audience, let alone attracting more of them. Big names like the internet, Netflix, YouTube and other social media are taking away our younger generation of audience. And it is nearly impossible to be original these days, as being original means bigger risk and higher marketing costs. But I still have to do something, otherwise the whole system, this universe will be forced to shut down. Already my best friends, Goofy, Donald, Pluto, as well as my beloved wife are all gone because they are forgotten. Boo-hoo. After a moment of silence, Mickey wiped his tears and continued, I see a potential in you, Poe. I plan to create another universe based on the available space. It will be operated under the laws of magic. All the wizards and witches there will be educated in a major school called Hogwarts. I might even call you Agent Potter if you like.